What's up, everybody? This is Henry Fleischer here from the Cannabis Dispatch, also the CBD Business Networking Group on Facebook, and I have two very special guests today. I have Megan Escobar and Catherine Bautista of Wicked Lit. So you two, tell us a little bit more. Hey, tell us a little bit more about what Wicked Lit is about.
You want to go first, Mike?
So basically, we are doing CBD health and beauty, focusing mostly on body butters, scrubs, pain, tinctures, pain therapy, stuff for animals, dog oils, ingestibles for animals. That's really our main focus right now.
Oh, got it. And what was it that made you two want to get into the space?
So we both have our own personal experiences where, unfortunately it didn't kick in right away. But for example, my mom had a stroke about 10 years ago. Till this day, she still takes a bunch of medications, and, it really hasn't progressed her well-being. So, as we started to look more into the natural healing and things like that. So, we decided to give it a try. So we made a tincture. I gave some to my mother who suffers from pain occasionally, and immediately I saw results. So, if we could branch off from the pharmacy to natural healings, then why not?
Of course. What year was Wicked Lit formed as well?
So we're pretty rookie. We're rookie still, 2020. It
was like September of 2020 when we established the LLC, I believe.
Oh, got it.
It's been about 9 months since we originally started our research to getting the company established and just trying to market and get our name out there. Joining local community outreach programs, vendor opportunities and things like that.
Got it. And what was the toughest thing that you guys went through when you first opened up?
So I think we went through a lot of trial and error. We're dipping and dabbing in a lot of materials. So, getting the right formula is kind of a tricky thing. But of course the experience is, unbelievable. It even though we may have gotten it wrong 10 times, if we got it right on the 15th, then we're happy.
Right. Yeah. And we definitely threw a lot of products in the trash, but what we came up with and what we have today is honestly amazing. I am very passionate about the products. I use them daily. I no longer buy lotion in the store anymore. We're just looking to expand our products and introduce, a lot of different things moving forward.
Yeah. So what difference have you noticed with using your own personal products versus this product you bought before in the past, like in the stores?
My skin feels amazing. My skin feels and looks amazing. Might not right now because I'm in the middle of moving, so I'm a little sweaty and all over the place, but yeah. After a shower, I look pretty good.
Well, we have to, in the Northeast especially, it's really humid right now. We have to deal with that.
Right. And then it gets cold in the winter, so your skin will get really dry. So, I would like to say that our stuff is very hydrating.
Oh, awesome. And oh man, yeah, there's a lot we can cover right now too. But is there anything you would do differently, knowing everything you know now, if you have to do it from day one again?
I don't think so. I think the learning process has been, one of a kind. And given that it's us teaching ourselves, of course, asking for help here and there. And, but the experience overall, I wouldn't change it at all. Would you, Meg?
No.
Yeah, that's definitely good to hear. So what would you say right now is the toughest part about having a business in 2021?
I think exposure is a little bit a tricky thing because, you know, it's not easy. It's CBD is still, I know it's been around for a while, but it's still an unknown thing for a lot of people. So I think education is the number one thing before anything. So if we can educate people instead of being like having a customer who, you know, has anything, a pain somewhere, and just says, let me try it. We rather learn the person, what's going on with them, and direct them to the right thing.
Right.
And of course, letting them know why it's going to give them a positive effect on, you know, whatever it is that they're going through. So education, which goes with exposure, is definitely, you know, hard. A lot of people think, like other people you've interviewed, a lot of people, oh no, we're going to get high. We don't want that. You know, that's not the case.
Yeah, a lot of people are still under the impression that it falls under THC and marijuana, and, you know, just being able to, like Catherine said, educate every individual that we encounter and try to explain the difference between the two has been eye-opening for both us and our clients and customers.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like the uneducated consumer is gonna assume that it gets you high when it's not the case at all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Like another thing, a lot of people don't know about the endocannabinoid system. They know about the other body systems in the human body, like the skeletal, nervous system, muscular system.
Right.
We weren't taught endocannabinoid system.
No, we were not taught about endocannabinoids and the cannabinoid system, and just like learning that and trying to explain that to somebody who's older and they don't get it, and it's, you know,
It just goes right over their head most of the time.
Yeah. And I'm talking with a bunch of other people in the industry, like since they started taking CBD, they haven't had to go to a pharmacist to write them a prescription.
Right. And that's a you know, a goal in this business, I think, for all of us, you know, to have the people branch away from whatever it is that they're putting in a pill. Yeah. You know, many of us don't know what's in it. So, you know, with us, we can tell you exactly what's in it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can make CBD into pill form, but I know what you're saying though. Like some pharmaceuticals, like they'll do one good thing, but then you'll have some side effects, and then it's like
right.
you have to take more.
Some.
I know. Yeah. So sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just, I don't really remember what I was going to say, so you can go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. So like I'm going more into the business now. Like if a customer was to choose between your business and 3 others just like yours, why would you suggest they give you a try first?
See, that's a good question. I don't think we really have the answer to that. I mean, really, it would just be more of a personal thing. I mean, the way that me and Catherine like to do business is we like to create personal relationships. We don't just want customers that are gonna want to come in and buy our products one time and leave. You know, we want to build relationships with our clients and, you know, follow up with them, and because, you know, it's not the same dosage, it's not the same thing for every person. It's not a one size fits all. So right. Getting to know our clients on a personal level is really important to us.
Oh yeah, I get that. I think that's one thing too that separates CBD from some other businesses is like if you're a consumer, you're actually talking with the owners directly, and they're actually like reaching out saying, "Hey, how is this? How is that?" You don't get that in many businesses.
We're huge on follow up.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, every like strong business, the foundation is built on recurring customers. So I see why you guys value that so much.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the number one way you currently bring in those new customers?
Well, you know, given that we're still brand new here, we're still just trying to let ourselves be known, seeing, you know, letting people know, whether through other people's experiences, if they can help us out with a post, or, you know, social media is a big thing right now, because of the whole 2020 pandemic. You know, a lot of people still aren't interacting on a physical level. So it makes it a little bit harder, but, you know, in due time, any step that we can take, whether it's through, you know, social media or a vendor's event,
Right.
you know, things like that, or, you know, when your town has a little festival, anything that we can put our foot in, whether it's for 10 minutes, an hour, you know, it's always a good way to let people know who we are and what we have to offer.
Yeah, basically just looking to get exposure locally, and just build our name and get ourselves out there.
Yeah, I think too, like that's like another thing too. Like if you're a CBD business, you have to be involved with your local community. You want people to know who you are, and there's like there's a difference when you're buying something from somebody you know who's local, who puts in all their work into their product versus like a big company.
Right.
I feel like there's more of a sentimental value to that.
Right.
Right.
Which
So
I think a lot of people today appreciate that. You know, we're not a big corporation. We don't want just one sale from you and that's it, you know, so.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we invest a lot too in giving out samples, you know, where a person doesn't have to feel like they have to buy it first to try it and to see if it works. If we can offer a little bit to see if it has an effect on you, we will. And, you know, if they can give back to us, the way they would do it is word of mouth, you know, putting a post up on their social media, Instagram, you know.
Tell a friend.
Yeah. So that's like the classical rule, you know, word of mouth is always a big thing.
Oh, got it. And what's your most popular product, you would say, too? Like, I know going back to that, somebody were to try out your products first, which one do you recommend?
Interesting enough, I would say that our biggest seller is the dog, our Wicked Paws, which is, I mean, it's for all animals, but it's been a big hit for dogs.
Yeah.
And, that's really our biggest seller right now.
Ah, got it. So yeah, so another thing too, like what role has the internet played in getting your business more prevalent?
I mean, I think we are still in the works of handling the internet. I mean, we're old school and new school, so we're like the middle child. So we're still, you know, in the works of this whole internet thing as far as, you know, benefiting it.
To touch on that too, Henry, we've had a lot of trouble paying promotions on Instagram and Facebook because
you can't say CBD. You have to call it hemp.
I think even with hemp too, like they flag your account, like they'll suspend you for hemp cannabis. Companies have gotten around that. They just call it like wellness, something like that.
Yeah, so we're still in the learning process of that as well, which has been a big issue with us trying to promote, you know, getting paid promotions and getting them approved. It's been a real like problem for us. So we have to figure out how to get around that.
Oh yeah, I think even too with your regular website, because it's gonna have CBD and hemp listed on there. That's gonna trigger them to shut down the ad.
Flags. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a block on our part.
Oh yeah,
because we have some really cool posts.
Right.
So.
But it's like Facebook does that by design. Like Facebook's posts like organically doesn't get as much reach, so it's kind of like, hey, if you want to boost that, you got to advertise. I know Instagram does have some things around that too. Like Instagram's algorithm favors those who post more, and there's certain times that work best than others, and you have to have the right hashtags, so it definitely can work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And in the next 6 to 12 months, where would you like to see Wicked live?
Everywhere.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. We'd like to see it in people's homes. We'd like to see it in our local shops. You know, Megan lives in Rhode Island / Massachusetts, and I live in New Jersey and New York. So over there's a lot more exposure and knowledge of it. You know, there's a lot of local CBD shops here.
Yeah.
They're just coming out. And of course, it's just been legalized up here, you know, marijuana. So I feel like it is coming, you know, the education, of people seeing it more often rather than just that one store, you know, in 30 miles or whatever.
I know New York's supposed to have like the biggest recreational cannabis market once it's legalized. It's projected to.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. We have to wait till like September of 2022 for everything to be fully in place, though.
Of course.
Yeah, I know. I think it's passing before New Jersey. New Jersey said that it was January 2023.
Yeah, you know, once one state does it, the other usually tags along. So
Yeah.
but I think it's very exciting for all of us, you know, all of us cannabis lovers. So, you know, if we can see it more often and for a good cause, then our job is well done.
Oh yeah, of course. So I'm curious too, because there's the distance between you two being in New Jersey and Rhode Island. So how was it that you were able to work together with the distance?
We make it work.
We travel.
You know, the commute isn't too bad. You know, 3 hours is sometimes it's a long road, depending on the traffic. But you know, we've known each other for a long time. We met back in college in 2006. So you know, getting to each other is not a problem. You know, we always find a way.
And you know, with electronics, with technology today, you know, we're always on the phone. We always FaceTime. We're always, you know, we're constantly communicating. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think that's the one beauty with like technology too, is like you can work, like how you can work from anywhere with people from all over the country or even the world too. Could be anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi and internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And what's your going back to like the next 6 to 12 months? But what's your plan to get your products into those stores, those design stores?
I've been in contact. I've done a lot of walk-ins to the local shops here in Rhode Island, in Massachusetts, and you know, I've had a few people that are open to putting our products on the shelves. So our next step is really to just get some wholesale pricing together, and just kind of go in and talk to these business owners and just get our stuff there.
And potentially opening up our own little shop.
Yeah. So I actually just purchased a mixed use property. So we'll have a storefront here in Rhode Island within the next few months, our own. But definitely we will have stuff in some local shops as well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, if I don't mind asking, like where in Rhode Island would you be planning to open up the shop?
In East Providence.
Oh, so that's a good market
Just
too.
outside of Providence.
Oh, it is, but how far away is it from Brown University?
Oh, Brown University is about 10 minutes from me.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. So, because that would be like an attractive crowd right there. Anybody who's the college students.
Yeah.
And yeah, another thing too, who would your ideal customer be?
I think anybody who's looking to shy away from the pharmaceutical world, really would be ideal for me, because I'm against a lot of the medications that are out there that people are on for anxiety, depression, and so on and so forth. So for me, I think it would be ideal to get customers to look at alternative options like CBD for those diagnoses, and you know, get off of all those medications that are addicting and have 20,000 side effects that, you know, you have to take another medication to get off, to relieve yourself from the side effect from the medication. You know, it's like a revolving door.
Yep.
So to be able to get customers to look at CBD as an alternative for those specific diagnoses would would be heartwarming to me.
Ah, got it. And yeah, I was about to ask you another question too. So I think you guys mentioned you do like a lot of lotions and stuff too. Do you guys have like soaps too in the works as well? CBD soap?
Not yet.
We're working on it.
Yep.
Toothpaste, sunscreen, all that stuff is in the works for the very near future.
Oh, awesome.
Right.
Do
Definitely.
you eventually plan to get into THC products once it's legal?
It would be ideal.
Maybe.
It would be ideal.
Yeah, because one interesting thing too is that you can make like THC products into lotions, but I'm like curious too, like, oh, how is that going to get you really high or just that one area, Because usually with THC, it's either you smoke it or you just eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if it would make sense to really use the marijuana THC plant for topicals. I mean, unless for pain, but I do think that the full spectrum works great for pain. We have clients that have sciatic nerves that use our massage oil, and their pain goes away immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm curious too, like what was the process like to find the sources for your CBD?
A lot of research. A lot of research, and I think when anyone hears Colorado, they're like the cannabis motherland. So we're like, all right, let's see what's going on out there and what we can, what we can get from there. Because, I think here in New York, there's like, I don't know, not many farms that we can actually go to and, you know what I mean, and actually learn or actually see it for ourselves. But in Colorado they have it all. So we did a lot of research, we called a lot of people, and we gave one a try, and lo and behold, it works. It was a good hit.
Yeah.
Oh God, because I know too in the New England area there's a lot of farms out there.
Yeah, there are a lot of farms here, but like Catherine said, we did a lot of research, and a lot of the good, pure, CBD, full spectrum, the CBD isolates, Colorado kept coming up. So we wanted to make sure that we were going to invest in something that was guaranteed to work.
God.
Learning that a lot of these companies, these new small businesses that got into CBD, were just doing a lot of white labeling, purchasing their products and already
having someone else make it. Yeah.
On it, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to handcraft our products ourselves and infuse them with our own CBD.
Ah, got it. Oh, so that's a good reason why somebody should go with you, because it's like you actually handcraft the products. It's not like
yes,
you're buying it pre-made.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
So like, was there like a long process to find that farmer? Did you guys have to go through a lot of farmers in Colorado to find that one?
I think we actually went through two that we had extensive conversations with, and we chose to go with one over the other, and we're both completely satisfied.
Oh, that's great to hear. And what other changes would you like to see within the cannabis space as well?
I would love for it to be recognized as medicinal use versus being looked at as a drug. That people use it as a psychoactive to get high or stoned, or because there's the benefits are endless from CBD isolate up to the THC level of cannabis. I mean, the benefits are endless. So I would love to see more recognition, in that area.
Yeah, I think you can even classify it as a food too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like that's like one thing that I want to see too is like, because a lot of the products out in the market are like the standard gummies, like tinctures and everything else. I think you can get creative with how the consumables portion of it. You can make it so that it's like you can get like a handcrafted chocolate or even like some nice handcrafted coffee. or even like a nice gourmet meal infused with CBD.
Yeah, the coffee thing is one thing that we've tried a couple times, and it works, you know.
Yeah.
Another thing is we have peers whose children are autistic in different levels. Some are really high level, have really high level autism, and you know, it's sad to see a kid get how do you say it, like tamed through a medication rather than you know, this natural healing that kind of lets the child intake it and still be themselves in their own kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, so it's there's really no age on who can consume the, you know, CBD. It's a medicine, you know, more than anything. So if it works for you, it's gonna help you live a better life.
Oh, of course. That's like, yeah, that's another tricky subject too, because if it can help kids, like they're gonna be like, oh, you gotta be 21 and older to that, or it could be like, hey, if the kids have an issue, you gotta get a prescription for it.
Meanwhile, they're on all these heavy, you know, heavy medications that are just, again, like Catherine said, they're not able to be themselves. So it's heartbreaking, honestly.
It is.
Oh, yeah. I think even too, like I got into CBD because I get like anxious, and then with ADD as well, definitely helped treat that too. In the past, I was on those on like Adderall to treat that, and all these other ones. I think Adderall made me a little too energetic, more like aggressive, but this gives you a good balance.
I had my brother at 10 years old was diagnosed with ADD and was prescribed to take 60 milligrams of Adderall daily.
Oh, what?
That's a lot.
Yeah, so.
Oh, it's 60 milligrams? Because like the other thing too is like, I think from speaking from personal experience, it was like, hey, like if I stop taking this, I don't think I'm going to do good in school. Or then it's like, hey, I'm not going to function as well. So there's that whole thing.
Right. Yeah, so. It's been very eye-opening in so many different aspects for us. So we're just gonna keep going strong, you know.
I mean, like Adderall does work, but it has some side effects too. Like after when it wears off, you get a bad crash too. So like, one thing I didn't like about it.
And it's addicting.
Oh yeah. So where else too? Like, because like there's so many cannabinoids as well too. So like, what other things have you seen a difference with CBD treating as well?
Psoriasis. My son actually broke out with psoriasis and eczema. My son broke out with eczema a few months back, and we used some of our balm on him. And I want to say within days, right, Catherine? He was like gone. It was just gone. So
we actually have. So if anyone cares to take a look at some of our before and after pictures, we have on our page, you know, some before situations. Eczema, we have the psoriasis. Meg actually had a really bad burn from cooking not too long ago, and it was bad. And literally within a few days, you know, she cooked up her own recipe with CBD and it was gone. You know, no scars or anything, which is
it was
amazing.
Face, and I, as you can see, have no scars.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was bad. And it's like a miracle. Like it went away in a couple days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So that's really good to eat. So that's another benefit too that nobody's talking about, can reduce blood pressure.
Yeah.
I gotta. Now I'm gonna have to start doing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know going back to like more on the business side, what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about entering the space?
It's a lot of homework. That's all I could say from our experience. It's a lot of homework. dedication, you know, consistency, and, you know, never hold back. If you need to ask a fellow CBD business person, you know, for help, or if you have questions, you know, about our dog oil, we had one customer who it didn't have an effect, you know, one out of the many that we've sold. And we kind of questioned our product just based off that one. But, you know, we asked our, you know, a couple other CBD.
Actually posted something on the CBD networking group and got some feedback. You know, it's very rare that it doesn't, you know, it's not effective, but there's always that case, you know, and you can't let that, you know, kill you and kind of give up on moving forward just because there's that one case, you know?
Oh, yep. Oh, I hear you. And how could somebody reach out to you two as well, too?
To reach out to us, we have an Instagram, Wicked Lit LLC. We're also on Facebook, Wicked Lit LLC, and we also have a Shopify, which is posted on both of our social media sites.
Yep, awesome. It was great having you two on. And any new developments in your business, you're more than welcome to be on. If you're watching this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.